Given 2 points P1 and P2, we want to find the equation for the line that passes through these 2 points. So first, we want to discuss a condition that x1 and x2 are equal. So if x1 equals x2, which means that this line is actually parallel to y-axis, then it is simply the equation is x equals x1 or x equal x2 because they are equal. So that's it. But if x1 and x2 are not equal, then we can write the equation of the line as y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is the intercept with the y-axis. So this is b for this line. So we want to find m and b. If we want m and b, then we have found the equation of the line. So for finding m is a slope, which means that it's this part divided by this part. And to find that, we'll look at the point P2 and P1 and write the difference of their y-axis over the difference of their x-axis. So for this line, we have P2, y-axis is y2, so it's y2 minus y1, and the difference of x-axis are x2 minus x1. So that's it. So then if we insert m into y, and into this equation, we have y equals, m is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 multiplied by x plus b. Then to find b, we just need to insert the coordinates of one of the points that lie on this line into this equation. For example, if we insert the coordinates of P1 into this equation, for y, we have, for P1, the y-axis is y1. So y1 equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, this is just m. Then for P1, the x-axis is x1 plus b. Then we just need to, so we know this value, we know these values, we know this, we just don't know what is b. So if we bring this term to the left, then we have y1 minus y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 multiplied by x1 equals to b. So b equals to this part. Then we just insert b into this equation, and we have y equals, this is mx, so y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 multiplied by x plus b. What is b? b is this part. So plus y1 minus y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 multiplied by x1. So this is the equation of the line, of this line. But are we done? Not completely. We need to check that we have not done any mistake in our calculations. And for that, we need to check that these 2 points actually lie on this equation, this equation, fit into this equation. So for that, for point P1, we need to check if we insert x1 into this equation, we get y1. So let's calculate. So y equals, if we insert x1, then we have y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So we insert x1 plus y1 minus y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, x1. So this term and this term are equal, except that they have different signs. So this cancels with this, and we have y equals to y1. So for P1, it's checked. Then we need to check that P2 also lies on this line. So for that, we want to find that when we insert x2, we get y2. Let's do it. Y equals, so we want to insert x2 in this equation. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 multiplied by x2, insert x2 into x, plus this term y1 plus, minus y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, x1. So then y equals, so for these two terms, we factor this part. So if we factor y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, so this here we have x2, and here we have minus x1. And of course, this y1, we have it as well here. So then this cancels with this, and we have y2 minus y1 plus y1, which becomes y2. So we inserted x2, and we got y2 for y-axis. So P2 also checked. So now let's do an exercise with some numbers. So here let's assume x1 is 2, y1 is 1, x2 is 5, and y2 is 7. So we can insert the, so this is the equation of the line, so that we found. We can insert these values into this equation, and we get the equation of the line. But we want to go with exact steps, but this time with numbers. So let's do it. So we have, first we want to find m. So m equals y2 minus y1, which is 7 minus 1, x2 minus x1, which is 5 minus 2. So m is, this is 6, this is 3, so m is 2. Then we write the equation as y equals mx, and we have it, 2x plus b. We want to find b. To find b, we insert the coordinates of one of the points into this equation. So let's do it for P1. So for P1, y is, the y-axis is y1, which is 1, equals 2 multiplied by x. What is the x coordinate for P1? Is 2, plus b. So therefore, we have 1 minus, we bring this with it, which is 4, into the left side, minus 4 equals b. So which means b is actually minus 3. So next, we found m, we found b. So y is just simply equals mx, which is 2x plus b. b is negative 3, so plus negative 3 is just negative 3. So this is the equation of the line. But as we said, we have to check that this is the correct equation and we have not done any mistake. And for that, we need to check that both P1 and P2, these 2 points, lie on this line, this equation, or fit into this equation. So for P1, we have, so we want that insert x-axis for P1 is 2. So 2 multiplies by 2 minus 3 equals, this is 4 minus 3, this is 1. So, and y-axis for P1 is 1. So for P1, it checked. Next, we need to check that P2 also lies on this line. So for P2, y equals 2. What is x2? x2 is 5. Minus 3 equals, this is 10, minus 3 is 7. And the y-axis for P2 is 7. So this is checked. Therefore, the equation that we found is the correct equation.